Happy New Year! It is 2020. I am so excited for all the things that are to come this year. I hope that you guys are excited as I am to be in the new decade. For today's video, I'm going to go over 5 affirmations that have rung and spoke true to me throughout the years, and I am going to try and use them and apply them in more aspects of my life, and I hope sharing these aspirations with you will encourage you to do the same. Number 1. The only person you can control is yourself. This affirmation has been a long time coming for me to actually learn to apply it. I've seen this quote somewhere quite a few years back, and it's only been recently that I have kind of come to terms to what the affirmation means and to try and really live it. There have been countless times, for example, where I would say now it applies more to work because I'm working now, and with school, it's been a while since I've been in high school, and university there was really 0 to none drama. Not that to say there wasn't, but it just applies more to work now for me because I'm working more. And tons of times where I have felt disrespected, picked on, bullied at work, and I would always be super upset with the person and wonder why they would do that and why they would behave the way they do. And I would spend so many hours, like countless hours, just trying to figure out the why behind their behavior, their motive, and also the question, like, how could somebody act that way to someone else, because I never would. And that's the thing, you can't really control anyone else. They're responsible for their behavior and actions, and there's nothing you can really do to change them. I mean, there's also where if you're with a partner, you sometimes wish they would change and you kind of hope that one day they will. But the same where you can't change someone also applies there, because they can change only if they want to. Sure, you can influence them and maybe they will want to change for the better because they love you and they want you to be happy, but that change resonates from inside them. It's not because you wanted them to change that they change. So pulling from the relationship example and work example, you can only change yourself. So change how you react to what that person has done or what they've said to you. Know that it's not really about you, and try to... Obviously, I'm not saying be a doormat and just let them roll all over you. You do have to stand up for yourself. You do have to say what's on your mind. Speaking your mind is very important, and also not letting other people treat you the way that you don't deserve. You gotta stand up for yourself and talk to them, but at the end of the day, if they choose to still act the same way, there's really nothing you can do. The second best thing is to remove yourself from that environment. Kind of gone on a little ramble on the first affirmation. I'm going to try and keep it short and simple for the rest. Number two, do. I'm practicing my French because I'm going to Paris. This one's really hard because for me, I am always guilty of caring too much. And that means sometimes I'm a little oversensitive and I take things personally. So oftentimes when somebody has a really bad attitude towards you or they're lashing out, it's because they're hurt. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you hurt them. It could be they had a really bad interaction with somebody an hour ago and now they're talking to you and they're just releasing their steam and stress and pressure off on you. And that's not fair, but we're all human and we all do it sometimes. So try not to take things personally, I find, is the best approach. Some things get blown out of proportion because you cannot start digging yourself into a hole when you're taking someone's negative interaction with you and you start reeling and thinking about all these things, all the intentions that they mean, which they probably don't. And then it just starts becoming a big problem in your head. So number 2 is very important. Don't take things personally. It's the relationship. So I always like to give the benefit of the doubt. Of course, this doesn't always necessarily apply in situations where you suspect someone is doing something to hurt you. In that case, you do have every right to kind of do due diligence for yourself and for other people that could also potentially be hurt. then most likely you should confront that person. But usually in most cases, I always feel like emotions and feelings escalate because we often tend to think they are not being honest or not acting on something that they said they would. So for me, I always feel like giving someone the benefit of the doubt is a positive two-way thing. Number 4. This one I like to use in hot yoga a lot, but it's also applied to various aspects of my life, and that is you can do anything for one breath. Like literally in yoga, sometimes the instructor makes us hold like a pose for what feels like forever, but it's actually just for a few breaths. So what I usually do is tell myself, I can do this for one breath. And usually that one breath turns into 2 more breaths, but I am like, if I can just hold on for another breath, that's all I need to do. So in other cases in life where I'm struggling with something or I feel like I'm about to lose it, I always repeat the mantra, you can do anything for one breath. And that usually just perpetuates your willpower and you will be able to do that thing that you thought you couldn't in the beginning. Number 5. You are exactly where you need to be. So, I read this quote before where stress comes from wanting to be somewhere and you're not there yet. So I always used to be an over worrier. I still am. Like, I believe I am genetically a more neurotic person. Like, I lean more towards the neurotic side. When I was young, I used to struggle with anxiety and over worrying, and it's taken me a while to really just kind of chill out and relax. And I credit my boyfriend for helping me with this because he's the most chillax person I know, and I've learned a lot of how to remain calm through him. So basically, this affirmation where you're exactly where you need to be, I believe is so true. Just because something you want doesn't necessarily arrive at the time you want it to doesn't mean it's never gonna happen. It's the universe telling you that it's not time yet. Doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. Everything will unfold at its own pace. There's nothing you can do to rush the process. You just have to believe in the process and enjoy the journey along the way. So wherever you are, whatever you're going through, just breathe, relax, and just know that you're exactly where you should be. Okay, so that's it for the 5 affirmations for 2020. Thank you so much for listening, my YouTube family. Let me know if there's any specific video requests that you have. You can always DM me on Instagram, which will be linked below. You can also leave a comment on this video. I would love to take any special requests. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you so, so much, and I'll see you next time.